Hello there, Ray here, and we are back here on the Protech SMP server, and this is the building where we have all the different types of rare items that we've collected over the years. And recently we've been working really hard to collect a bunch of other ones, that way we can upgrade to 1.13. The guy's been really busy down here, getting ready to collect some more stuff. There's actually quite a few levels to it. I guess it goes all the way down to Bedrock. We're going to work on something else around this area. We have a bunch of display cases over here that have rare block types. So these are rare blocks they can no longer get in future versions, or they're just really quirky looking ones, such as blocks in invalid states. But over here you can see we got a bunch of these display cases with them in there, and there's some discontinued blocks that we can only get in this version that we want to get while we're here. So I'm going to grab some materials and we'll head over and see if we can build a display case to show off these new rare blocks. So yeah guys, we are going to collect up another different type of rare. We're going to get kind of blocks in a similar state of these, where we have blocks kind of invalid state that they could pop off. We're going to be using the Dragon Egg bedrock breaking method. So we're going to drop dragon eggs, and we're essentially going to drop eggs onto these different types of blocks, and they're going to remove parts of them, making them kind of glitched out. We also got some other items here. It's going to be kind of a big display case because we have quite a few different items to showcase, as well as we have to have room to actually drop the eggs on them. So I'm thinking over here is a good area. It's probably going to take up probably a whole chunk, so maybe this area here. So I'm going to clear this area out, and we also have to drop the eggs. So we could drop them through the water, no problem, but that means they have to fall into our little place without letting water in and updating them. So we just have to be careful about that. Okay, so we got the display case built up. This is where we're going to showcase dragon eggs that are replacing different blocks. So this is going to have like dragon eggs that are replacing part of the doors, or part of a bed, or part of a piston, or even coming in and replacing like torches and stuff like that. So what we have to do is clear out the interior here and place down all our examples, and we have to drop dragon eggs on top of them to make those examples. Okay, so it's time to sponge this up, and we have divided it up into 4 quadrants. Let's throw down our sponge. I'm actually going to put it slightly lower so it can remove more. Okay, so now we just have to get all our different displays that we need. Let's start out by doing doors. Quite a few different variations of doors. We need to place them down and then drop dragon eggs on top of them. But it looks like maybe my ceiling's even a little bit low for that. I guess I should have thought of that. Maybe I'll have to remove part of the ceiling when I drop these eggs. I actually got quite a few different things to show off. Do we actually have enough room here? Hope so. So maybe in the center we'll put some of the more boring things. And what we'll do is we'll put these onto some blocks. I guess it could just be gravel. Let's do a couple other different things. We're going to showcase a lever that's floating, as well as we'll do the tripwire hook. Now we are left with torches, and let's do the torches now. Redstone torch on the side and out on that side. Yeah, I don't know if we have enough room here, guys. Maybe we'll put these in their own display. We can make more display cases. I don't know what I'm thinking. So we'll put the chorus plant on its own display case. We got pistons that we need to make glitch pistons out of. We also need to make half beds out of these. Yeah, so to break the door, we're going to drop a dragon egg using a piston onto this door. And we're using this really cool trick that we kind of came up somewhat recently, where we could just relog inside of the chunk with the dragon egg. So as soon as I log out, it's going to unpower this, and it's going to drop this. And the game is going to try to unload these chunks, but there'll be enough time for this egg to come down and break this door. So all I do is log out and then log back in, and voila, magic. Dragon egg replaces part of the door. Okay, so now we're going to do the acacia door. Just log out, then log back in. And yep, dropped the dragon egg, broke the top part of the door. And I should be able to break this stuff without updating it, as the door is not touching any of these blocks. Cool. So we're going to slowly work our way backwards, and hopefully we can get all this in here without any water coming in and destroying it. That would not be good. Yeah, so these next couple ones should be a little bit easier. We put the pistons down lower and pretty much do the same thing. I might have to put the piston somewhere else, because I think if this gets broken, this piston, when I remove it, it's going to update this button. So let's actually stick the piston over here. Right here. So now, when we drop the egg, it should replace this. Let's go ahead and give it a try. A little bit easier, don't have to break glass. Let me just relog. Okay, so now you can see what happened. Dragon egg replaced the block, but we still got a button onto it. So that's pretty cool. I wonder if I drop an egg here, I shouldn't probably update that. I don't think. It should be fine. That way I can keep moving away this way. Okay, let's move away. Let's do the ones over here, and then we'll move this row over here. So now we got buttons that are on top of, or on the sides of these dragon eggs. Okay, so we now got a floating torch as well as a floating lever. We do have to be kind of careful the way we place down our blocks, because the power sources can also update these things as well. So we're not able to really interact with these things, but we can interact with the door, which is cool. So let's go ahead and do these ones over here. So now we got a floating normal torch as well as a floating tripwire. So let's move on to these ones in the front row. We got some ladder. I got a vine over here. We do have to make sure this vine doesn't keep growing, causing updates. We also got some beds that we're going to make into half beds, which should be nice. So now we got half beds. Got the headpiece as well as the foot piece. And we also got the floating ladder as well as a vine. The last one we have to do for this display case here is the half iron door. Okay, let's go ahead and log out. That should be the last one for this room. Yay, we got ourselves a half iron door. Awesome, so this display case is done. We got all the different types of blocks that we wanted, glitched out with dragon eggs on top of them. It's gonna make a great display case. So now we're making a display case for the rails as well as the pistons. There should be 4 different types of rails, and we're gonna do 4 different types of pistons in here. So we're gonna get 4 right here, and then we're gonna have 4 back here. Okay, so the idea is in the back, I think we'll put the rails. We'll have like a rail like this, and then we'll have an incline like that, and then we'll put a dragon egg right here. So these will be all of the different types of rails. So we go as normal, then we'll have powered, detector, and activator. Okay, so on these pistons, we're going to try to break the bases and leave the heads. And then over here, we'll do the opposite. We'll have them extended, but we'll break the bases off them, so just be heads. Okay, so now we're going to try to get just a piston base without a head. And this is the dragon egg bedrock breaking method that I showed for it. I do have a video going over all this, but I think we got this set up correctly. I just should be able to log off. I'm going to pull this away and drop this, and it's going to extend again. It's going to remove the head, hopefully. Let's give it a try. Awesome. Yeah, for the bases, we can go ahead and destroy the eggs in front of them, and they won't update as long as they're being powered like this. So for these ones over here, what we're going to do is just have the heads attached to dragon eggs. So we need to power them. We're just going to bud power them. That way we can remove this power source without updating them. Now we're just going to drop dragon eggs on both of these right here. Awesome. So now we got a piston head that's attached to an egg. And notice how actually it goes inside of the egg a little bit too. That's just the way pistons work. The piston heads actually go inside of blocks. So now all we have to do is this one over here. So we're starting to do the rails. We got the first rail done, normal rail. We got them inclined up against a dragon egg, which looks pretty cool. And let's do that to the rest of these here. Awesome, guys. So we went ahead and we got all of this room done. We got all of the pistons. Let's go ahead and finish this one just by doing that. Awesome. So we got both normal piston. This is a sticky one. I could pick block them to tell them the difference, or you can look at them with F3. We got both normal and sticky heads attached to dragon eggs, which is really cool. We got these incline rails. And we are done with this one here. Let's go ahead and close it up. And now all we have left to do is the chorus plant. So we're gonna make a really tall and narrow display case. And let's make it right here on this side hill. That should be kind of cool. Awesome. So we got a nice big display case here to hold. What we're gonna have in here is a chorus plant, and we're gonna break it. So let's use our sponges to remove the water. Okay, so we wiped out all the water, and now what we have to do is plant our chorus plant I'll just plant that in the center here, and then we'll let that grow upwards. And we're trying to get kind of a unique shape that we can drop a dragon egg onto it and kind of cut it in half without it breaking. So yeah, the chorus plant's growing. It grew to the side and up. So now we'll drop a dragon egg straight down here and put an egg right there. And then this part will still constantly grow even though it's not technically attached to the rest of this. Okay, so the egg was dropped. You can see right there. Look at that, guys. That is awesome. Yeah, this part's going to keep on growing until it reaches the top, but you can see clearly there's an egg there, and this part's not even trying to be attached to it either. Looks like the chorus plant is done growing. It turned out really good. You can see the dragon egg just sitting there, and all the display cases look really nice from the outside. You can see that one, the first one that we built today, looking good. Over here, I see someone else built another display case. So this one I didn't build. Somebody seen that we're missing one of the rare blocks in the future version. So one of the things you can't do in future version is make these floating blocks. So essentially these are gravity blocks. They normally are pulled down by gravity. And in this version you can get them floating by putting a too high plant underneath them and then break the bottom part of it. And then the floating block will just stick there. We got the gravel, the sand, the red sand, the dragon egg, the anvil, as well as concrete. Very nice display, and will be cool to have this when we update because in future versions you cannot do that trick anymore. And so far the museum area is looking really good. We got a lot of different display cases. There are a few more different types of rare blocks we still need to get built up here before we can upgrade to 1.13. But I think that's going to be it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me as I have fun in survival. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.